Hello and welcome back to the Celebrity Almanac channel. As you can see, I have Oscar here. And with the Oscars coming up very shortly, I wanted to provide you with some trivia about the Oscars. So let me put Oscar down for a minute and I'll get right into where did Oscar come from? So I want to tell you a little bit of the background on how Oscar came about as a statuette, as an award at the Academy Awards. It appears that Margaret Herrick, who was the person that worked in the library at the Academy Awards, she said after this statuette was developed that it looked a lot like her uncle Oscar. And that appears to be the leading candidate of how the statuette was named. It was named by Margaret Herrick, who was a librarian at the Academy, because it looked a lot like her uncle Oscar. The second competing version is a version from Bette Davis. And Betty said when she saw the statuette, especially the backside of the statuette, that it looked a lot like her husband. And her husband's name was Harmon Oscar Nelson. But most people feel that the librarian, Margaret Herrick's version of it looking a lot like her uncle Oscar is how it was named. Now, it took a columnist, a gentleman named Sidney Skolsky, Skolsky, who was a reporter for the Hollywood Reporter, and he was doing a piece on Katharine Hepburn, and he referred to the statuette as Oscar, and that's when it stuck. It hit the mainstream media, and it wasn't until 1939 that the Academy actually started using the term Oscar. Now let's talk a little bit about the Oscars themselves. The first Oscar ceremony was held at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard in 1929. And apparently, it was a very simple ceremony, and it was over in about 15 or 20 minutes. Now, let me tell you about, in 1929, who were the winners of those Oscars. Best Picture was Wings, and it was a silent movie dedicated to military activity, and it was called The Wings. Best Actor was Emil Jennings, and he got the Best Actor award for the movie The Last Command. Best Actress was Janet Gaynor, and she received the Oscar. And at that time, the Oscar was not named until at least 1939, but she got a statuette, and she got it for the movie Seventh Heaven. So that was the beginning of the Oscars in 1929, a simple ceremony at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard. It wasn't until 1953 that they had their first television broadcast of the Oscars. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the statuette itself. It's 13 and a half inches tall, weighs about 8.5 pounds, and it's made of solid bronze, and it was plated in 24 karat gold. And that's the size of the Oscar. Now, I want to mention to you fundraisers and you board members of nonprofits out there that this particular statuette that really does resemble an Oscar, we gave out in 1994 when I was executive director of the Riverside Community Hospital Foundation. And I'll tell you, a great fundraiser is when you match up an elegant gala associated with the Academy Awards and the Oscars, and you actually do a red carpet interview with donors coming in and board members and ask them about their favorite movies that they're rooting for to get an Oscar, and their any of the information regarding what's going on with that particular year's Academy Awards. And then hopefully you have a big screen TV and you can watch the awards during the gala, and during the commercial breaks you can give out awards or have an auction to raise additional funds. But the fun thing is to actually give everybody a ballot when they arrive and make sure the ballots are picked back up before the Oscars begin. And you can have your own winners of people deciding which movies and actors will get awards that particular year. Now, I want to tell you that the actor who got the most nominations in his career was Jack Nicholson. Believe it or not, Jack got 12 nominations, but he only won 3 times. He won for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and that was a wonderful movie. Terms of Endearment, and As Good as It Gets. Those were the 3 movies that he actually won Oscars, but he was nominated 12 times. The most nominated actress was Meryl Streep. And get this, Meryl was not nominated for an Oscar 21 times. That's why most people think she won a lot, but in reality, she only won 3 Oscars, having been nominated 21 times. She won for Kramer versus Kramer. She won for Sophie's Choice, and she won for The Iron Lady. Those were the 3 movies that she won Oscars for. Daniel Day-Lewis is the total winner because he was nominated 3 times and he won 3 times. And that was My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln. Those were the 3 movies that he was nominated for. Now, if I look down here again, the most acting wins for an actress was Katharine Hepburn, and she won 4. She won for Morning Glory. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Everybody remembers that movie from 1967. And The Lion in Winter, and On Golden Pond with Henry Fonda. So those were the 4 that she won. Now, the most nominated actor without a win was Peter O'Toole. Peter was nominated 8 times, but he never won an Oscar. The most nominated female without a win was Glenn Close. Glenn was nominated 8 times and never won an Oscar. So that's some of the trivia on the Oscars, how Oscar was named. And like I said, the most popular version of that was the librarian who said that that statuette looked a lot like her Uncle Oscar. So I'm hoping that you will take time to watch the Oscars. You'll fill out a ballot ahead of time so that you can play along with the television version and see if you win the most nominations and winners based on the ballot that you filled out. So until next time, thank you for coming back to the Celebrity Almanac channel. Please, if you will, subscribe and like the video. And also, if you do, check off the nominations, the notifications. Thank you very much. If you check off the notifications, you'll be notified when I put new content up on the Celebrity Almanac channel. Thank you very much.